Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the Apfc lightweight division, sponsored by Super 8 Hotels. And your referee in charge after the bell is Rob Hines. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and yellow, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, official weight 153 pounds. Coming in tonight with a record, 1 victory with no defeats, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Mikey Rohleder. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing red when black. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, official weight 155 1/2 pounds. He comes in tonight with a record, 1 victory with no defeats, from Tehran, Albania, Sazan Zaimi.
We've got Michael Rohleder in the black and yellow trunks. And on the other side, we've got Sazan Zaimi in the red and black. David, we saw Sazan jumping up and down in regards to when they were announcing his name. It certainly had a Muay Thai feel to it, while the always stoic Michael Rohleder stayed in that wrestling position. No touch of gloves?
No touch of gloves there by Zaimi.
Ooh.
Rohleder looking to get right to the takedown, not wasting time here.
Rohleder, clinch. Ooh, heavy knee by Zaimi. Both fighters separate. Teep to the face by Zaimi. Closing the distance is Rohleder. Backing again, staying in that mid-range is Rohleder.
Nice jab there by Zaimi. Stepping in, but also stepping out. Stepping in, stepping out. Rohleder times that double leg, gets to where he wants to be in this fight.
Double leg takedown by Rohleder on top position, and we're seeing the length of Zaimi.
Yes, using the jab, picking the spot, stepping in, stepping out. I mean, that looked beautiful. It looked very technical. I expect to maybe see how he can maybe get back to his feet now. We know he said he had the reach advantage, was comfortable working on the ground, but I just want to see his striking more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Zaimi on bottom. Rohleder not very active right now, just getting his position.
Establishing the guard, settling in the position is Rohleder. Keeping his head over his opponent's head so he can't maybe throw anything up, and just kind of looking to control.
Rohleder very active in the bottom, or Zaimi very active in the bottom.
Good job creating space there by Zaimi and just pushing off those hips of Rohleder as he tries to come in.
Rohleder stalking Zaimi. Referee Rob Hines looking on.
Rohleder looking to punch his way back into the guard of Zaimi there.
Zaimi very active on the bottom, very difficult up kick, and I think it's is that a warning? I'm not sure.
No, I believe up kicks are allowed. I mean, at 6'3", Zaimi can throw that up kick pretty much from anywhere there and land it.
I'm going to tell you the mid-range is going to be very difficult for Rohleder to deal with. Him wearing Zaimi down a little bit right now is definitely to his advantage.
Nice pass there by Rohleder, just scooping the leg up and getting a side guard. Zaimi a little funky as well off of his back. Looking to attack the head, perhaps a triangle.
Looks like Rohleder is trying to continue to pressure, slips out. Rohleder is more defending on top than he is amounting any actual offense.
Just kind of holding position there as Rohleder on top. You know, he got in a little bit of trouble there, almost a triangle attempt from Zaimi on the bottom. But Rohleder just sticking to controlling position for position.
I'll tell you, in terms of control, Rohleder has definitely, the clock is definitely tilted in his favor. He's going to have to figure out this size difference, though.
Yeah, this is turning into the basic wrestler versus striker matchup. Zaimi was starting to maybe catch his pace on his feet here, as we saw that jab, stepping in, stepping out. Rohleder ate a few of those and was like, hey, no, I'm going to get to my game. I'm going to get to that double leg, and was able to get the fight down to the ground. Now, as they got to the ground here, Zaimi, we saw he has a very good active guard and was able to kind of work off of his guard, but the wrestling was the name of the game in this first round here for Rohleder. Just controlling position for position. Beautiful up kick by Zaimi.
The warning from the referee was grabbing of the fence. That's what it was. Okay. Rob Hines always on top of his business. You got Dennis Dombrow, Javier Palomo, and Chris Zaini in Sazan's corner. Dombrow giving his final instructions. Sazini and Rohleder getting ready to start round 2. Rohleder in the black and yellow trunks. Sazini in the black Muay Thai, or the red and black Muay Thai trunks. Both fighters centering. Head kick by Zaimi.
Rohleder coming in behind the jab.
Overhand right, and a takedown by Rohleder.
Rohleder coming in behind that jab, throwing that overhand right and getting right to his takedown. Wasted no time. He felt the rhythm of Zaimi in that first round and did not let him establish that at all.
Rohleder figuring out his positioning. It sounded like the adjustments in between the corners really helped him. Landed a heavy punch, and now he is in top position once again.
Rohleder here in half guard. Us wrestlers are generally comfortable there in half guard. Now, Zaimi has been so active off of his back, it's going to be a bit hard for Rohleder to establish position and look to posture up to ground and pound. But that's what he needs to do.
Very active guard by Zaimi.
We've seen him control for the better half of this fight. Now, if he can keep that control and maybe look to land some damage on Zaimi, that'll be the difference maker here for his ground game.
Rohleder, nickel and diming neck lock. That first round was actually a little difficult to judge.
Yes, because you generally would say Zaimi's on his back, he loses the round. However, he was very active, landed some strikes off of his back. Me, biased as a wrestler, I'm going to give it to the man on top that ends the round.
Sure. Zaimi almost trying to kill the movement of Rohleder on top in order to get a referee stand-up. Not as active as he was in the first round.
Interesting lock there on the bottom from Zaimi, like you said, just to control that arm. I'm very curious what he plans to perhaps transition to off of that.
Rohleder continuing his activity in top position.
Rohleder comfortable just smothering Zaimi here.
The length of Zaimi is very difficult. Rohleder just more concerned about positioning than he is mounting offense.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot is happening in this position, right? However, when you're in there and you're under that, that's definitely a lot to work with. Zaimi doing a decent job using his guard to protect himself. Rohleder doing a great job just controlling position. Keeping his head over Zaimi's head so he's never off balance. Good hip pressure. And for that reason, Zaimi isn't able to sweep and knock him off his base.
Zaimi continuing to change his position, going for an armbar.
Zaimi does a great job switching his hips and attacking the armbar. Little under 10 seconds left. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish it.
Oh.
Looking like he was even planning on transitioning to the opposite side there with that armbar, which tells me he's been spending that time in the gym there. He earned that blue belt for sure. Here we have the replay. Rohleder coming in, jab, big right hand right into his shots. We know that's what he wanted to get to this whole night. Beautiful right hand into the single leg, finishes, and gets to his position. Now, this has been the name of the first round and the second round. Rohleder controlling position on top, not putting himself in danger, not exerting himself, but establishing dominance in that position.
Rohleder's a little slow getting up at the end of that round. I don't know if it's frustration or if he's a little bit tired.
Well, and we got to give credit to Zaimi there. He's been working off of his back. When you're controlling somebody that's constantly in motion and constantly moving, that takes a lot of energy, even though he's not necessarily exerting his energy punching.
Rohleder, Zaimi, start of round 3. Rob Hines, third person in the cage.
So if you're Zaimi, you got to be thinking, I got to stop the takedown here.
There's going to be a little sense of urgency in the Zaimi corner, even though it looked like he's, kind of neck and neck with Rohleder.
Yeah, what he needs to do is take the takedown away from Rohleder. So I would expect to see a lot more jabs, a lot more teeps, maybe using his legs to keep his opponent away.
Zaimi throwing more kicks while circling. Rohleder walking forward, left, right, and a takedown attempt of his own by Zaimi.
Zaimi with the inside single there and getting the takedown on Rohleder.
And reversed Rohleder in top position.
Beautiful scramble there by Rohleder, using that left side underhook and the opposite side to kick Zaimi over. Now he's in a better position than he would be if he got the regular takedown because he's past the guard of Zaimi there. Zaimi looking for maybe a buggy choke, it may look like. I mean, this guy's dangerous on bottom there, so Rohleder definitely cannot rest here on top.
Back taking it back, and is Rohleder almost in the north-south position right now. Ooh, spinning Zaimi.
And that's what Rohleder needs to do to maybe prevent Zaimi from throwing up these awkward submissions. He needs to punch him a little bit. Put his hand in his face. Get him, discourage him from moving there on bottom.
Rohleder continuing to nickel and dime that clock. We're down to a minute and a half left in the third round. Back into top position is Rohleder.
Zaimi looking to go for a leg lock there, but Rohleder stuffing it. Good hip position, cross face.
Looking for an arm triangle.
Looking for, is it a Darce perhaps?
Is it Darce? Yes.
By Rohleder. Now all Rohleder needs to do is maybe get his hips to the mat, square to the mat. Now he's leaning to his right to try to get the choke, but that's sometimes not the best way to do it. If he can just flatten out and get Zaimi to flatten out.
You see the arm, Zaimi is cuffing his own leg in the bottom position.
That's that 6'3" frame there, man, using every inch of that to maybe leverage himself away from the choke.
We've got 40 seconds left in this third round, and so far it's been all Rohleder.
Very much Rohleder just controlling position, hip pressure, head pressure. But Zaimi throwing a little bit of everything off of the bottom now. We got 30 seconds left here. If you're Rohleder, you don't need to adjust. I'm in this position. I'm in a dominant position going towards the latter half of the fight.
Rohleder squeezing, but I mean, early in the fight, I'd see you're risking the lactic acid buildup and burning your muscles out, but we're down to 10 seconds left in this third round.
10 seconds left. We hang out here, maybe possibly try to give everything we can to get that choke.
Well, Rohleder took that. I'd say he got that positive position that was almost given to him by Zaimi, and he never let go of it.
No, I mean, I don't blame him. You got to think, man. I mean, the fight game.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards for decision. And all 3 judges score this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Mikey Rohleder.
So that first round went to Zaimi. Like we had said, it was kind of a coin toss, but you kind of leaned towards Rohleder, but the judges saw it the other way.
You know.